Hello, friends. Have you ever heard about the Moon Lake? There is a legend that the water of this lake can cure any disease. But how do you get there? For one thing, the lake can only be seen by those who are kind. One day, a farmer was driving his water buffalo to the field. Suddenly, one of them stopped and began mooing plaintively. No matter what the farmer said, the animal just kept crying. "What's wrong with you? You're acting like a little baby. You haven't even milked your mother yet." The farmer got angry and took a stick and chased the buffalo into the field. There was a little girl tending to her goats nearby. She saw the whole thing and approached the farmer. "Excuse me, but why are you being so mean to your poor buffalo?" The farmer shrugged. "It's none of your business." And he tried to walk away, but the girl blocked his path. "That's not true. You shouldn't treat living things like that. Otherwise, they will be afraid of you." She took a piece of bread from her bag and went up to the buffalo. "Here, little one. You seem upset. Is anything bothering you?" she asked gently. The animal looked at her for a moment and then slowly began to tell his story. It turns out that this water buffalo had a son. He used to play with his mother all day long until one day he suddenly fell ill. He has been lying at home for several days now and no one could help him. So his mom came up with the idea to go to the Moon Lake. Its water can cure any disease. "But how do you get there?" the water buffalo asked the girl. "I know a way. Would you like to come with me?" she replied. The animals looked at each other in surprise. But we don't know you." "Well, it doesn't matter. If you want to save your baby, you have to trust me." The girl smiled mysteriously. Then she turned to the farmer. "Will you come with us?" she asked. "Are you crazy? Why would I?" The man crossed his arms. "You'll regret it." The girl just shook her head and walked away. Following her, the farmer soon found himself in a dense forest. Strange trees grew here, the likes of which he had never seen before. Their leaves were blue, purple, and orange, and the trunks were all twisted and gnarled. "I think we're lost," one of the buffaloes said in a frightened voice. "Don't worry, we're almost there. Just look ahead," the girl said mysteriously. They walked a little further and saw a clearing. In the center of the clearing stood a huge tree. Its branches were bent down and touched the ground. Under the tree lay a crystal-clear lake. "This must be the legendary Moon Lake," one of the animals exclaimed. "But how can we drink its water? It's so far away." The farmer nodded, agreeing with his friend. "How are we supposed to reach it?" But the girl was already gone. She walked up to the tree and began stroking its trunk. All of a sudden, the branches rustled and the leaves began to turn blue. The animals gasped in surprise. Then the branches parted and formed a bridge leading directly to the lake. The girl smiled at the water buffalo. "See, I told you, if you believe, you will succeed," she said. Then she turned to the farmer and added, "Now you can see that everything is possible if you have faith." The water buffalo rushed to the lake and drank some water from it. Feeling better already, he thanked the girl and returned home. Every day after that, the farmer came to the lake to drink its magical water. And every time he did, the girl was there waiting for him. But he never asked her name and she never told him. So one day the farmer got angry and shouted at her, "Why are you always hanging around here? Are you following me? Who are you?" The girl froze. She looked at the man for a moment and said softly, "My name is Moon." Then she jumped into the lake and disappeared. The man was taken aback. Was she a fairy or a mermaid? He couldn't quite tell. But he knew one thing, he owed her his life. From that day on, the farmer became a kind and honest man. He made many friends and treated everyone with respect. He also never forgot the valuable lesson he learned. One day, he was driving his water buffalo to the field when he met the girl who lived nearby. She was sitting on a stone by the road crying. "Excuse me, are you all right?" the farmer asked cautiously. "Oh, I'm fine. I just hurt my leg and I can't get home." The girl sniffed and wiped her tears. "Can I help you with something?" the farmer asked again. "Sure, please carry me on your back." "Okay." As the farmer picked her up and put her on his back, he realized that he had finally found someone who was as light as a feather. They soon arrived at the girl's house. "Thank you for helping me," the farmer said. "Not at all. I'm glad I finally got the chance to thank you." "What are you talking about?" The farmer was taken aback. "Oh, remember when you saved my little brother from drowning in the Moon Lake? Of course I do. But you were the one who taught me that one should always remain kind, no matter what. I just wanted to thank you for that," the girl said. Then she opened the door and went inside. "Wait, I didn't save anyone. I wasn't even at the lake then. What are you talking about?" The farmer scratched his head in confusion. But the girl was already gone and he couldn't hear any of her answers. The farmer thought maybe he really had dreamed it. But no, the girl's words kept echoing in his head. He couldn't understand what she was talking about, but he knew he had never been to the Moon Lake after it happened. Maybe the lake and the girl both existed only in his imagination, but maybe they were real, and maybe they were both watching him right now. No matter what, he knew he had changed for the better, and that was all that mattered. From that day on, the farmer never forgot to remain kind. He often saw the girl in his dreams, and she always smiled at him mysteriously. The farmer missed her very much, but he also understood that their meeting was only a figment of his imagination. But perhaps that was precisely where its power lay. After all, it proved to him that if he remained kind and compassionate, he would always be able to find the lake and the girl. And now he understood that the magical Moon Lake existed not only in reality, but also within his own heart. Friends, our actions may indeed seem insignificant, but they can change the world for the better. Remember that every good deed, no matter how small, will always return to you in one way or another. And the most important thing is to always remain kind. Kindness is the key to happiness. Now let's watch a short animated video about kindness. Once upon a time, there was a little mouse that lived in a big city. He was very lonely, but one day he met a bird and they became best friends. One day, the mouse told the bird, "I really want to see the sea. Can you take me with you on your next flight? I've never seen the sea before and I really want to." The bird agreed, and the next morning they set off on a journey. On the way, they sat on a branch to rest. "Look, there's a cat sleeping under that bush. If he sees me, I'll be in trouble," the bird said in a frightened voice. "Don't worry, I'll distract him," the mouse volunteered. He ran up to the cat and began tugging on his tail. The cat woke up and seeing the tiny mouse, decided to play with him first, and then he let him go. The grateful mouse quickly rejoined the bird, and together they continued their journey. A little later, they sat on another branch to rest when suddenly a fox appeared nearby. "Oh dear, what do we do?" the bird squeaked in a frightened voice. "Don't worry, I'll save you," the mouse said firmly. He began to scream loudly, attracting the attention of a nearby farmer. The fox, frightened by the loud noise, grabbed the mouse and ran away. The bird watched them leave and sighed with relief. The mouse ran up to the fox and said, "Thank you for saving me. Where are we going?" "We're going to the farmer's yard," the fox replied. And the mouse thought, "This is my chance to finally eat some tasty cheese." When they arrived at the yard, the fox jumped over the fence and disappeared. The mouse saw a huge piece of cheese in front of him and began to feast on it. He ate so much that he felt unwell and soon fell asleep right there on the cheese. The farmer came out into the yard and saw a tiny mouse sleeping on his cheese. He picked the mouse up and brought it into the house. The farmer's wife was very surprised. She had never seen such a tiny creature before. "Can you talk?" the farmer's wife asked in a gentle voice. "Yes, I can," the mouse replied. "And I'd like to ask you for a favor." The mouse looked at the woman hopefully. "What kind of favor?" the farmer's wife asked. "Please don't kill me," the mouse whispered. The farmer's wife burst out laughing and hugged the mouse. From that moment on, the mouse became a member of the family. Every evening, the farmer's wife gave him milk and cheese. And every morning he spent playing with the farmer's children. The bird flew by every day to see if the mouse was okay. And they were so happy to see each other. And that's all for today. See you soon. Bye.